As politicians and welfare groups struggle to solve Sydney's devastating housing crisis, part of the answer has been right under their noses from the start. More than 20,000 homes in Sydney are sitting empty, so-called ghost homes, and most are right in the heart of the city.
Over 1 million Australian homes are sitting empty right now. Not under construction, not being renovated, empty. The 2016 census recorded 1,089,165 unoccupied dwellings across Australia. That figure rose 150,000 since 2011, and it's accelerating. While 100,000 Australians sleep rough tonight, luxury mansions in Toorak crumble abandoned. Investment properties locked up, never lived in, never rented, just appreciating in value. Meanwhile, Victoria just missed its housing target by 20,000 homes. Premier Jacinta Allan promised 80,000 new homes annually, delivered 60,000, and now major developers are collapsing. Roberts Co.'s Victorian arm folded March 2025. 8 projects abandoned, including Australia's largest Amazon warehouse. Company losses exceeded $60 million. Craigieburn Amazon project alone lost $56.1 million. Buyers lose deposits. Renters trapped. Housing supply choked by 20%. Ghost homes everywhere while families desperate for housing. Allan watches. Ghost homes multiply. 2016 census data revealed 1,089,165 Australian homes recorded as unoccupied. That's over 1 million dwellings. Empty. No residents. No tenants. Just sitting vacant. The figure rose 150,000 from 2011 to 2016. 5-year increase. If trend continued, 2021 census likely showed 1,200,000 plus vacant homes. 2026 census approaching. Estimates suggest 1,300,000 or more. Victoria has highest concentration. Inner Melbourne suburbs particularly affected. Toorak mansions sitting abandoned. Multi-million-dollar properties crumbling. Investment vehicles bought by wealthy domestic and foreign buyers. Never intended for occupation. Pure capital appreciation plays. Buy, hold, sell later. Don't bother maintaining. Don't rent out. Just wait for value increase. Meanwhile, 100,000 Australians homeless. Victorian government data shows 30,000 Victorians experiencing homelessness on any given night. Families in cars, couch surfing, emergency accommodation, crisis services overwhelmed, and million-plus homes sitting empty. Victoria introduced vacancy tax 2018. Targets inner and middle city properties vacant more than 6 months annually. Progressive tax. First year vacant, no charge. Second year, 1% of property value. Each subsequent year increases. Designed to force owners to occupy, rent, or sell. But tax has loopholes. Only applies to certain postcodes. Easy to avoid through minimal occupation evidence. Critics say it's toothless. Numbers prove them right. Vacancy rates haven't meaningfully declined since implementation. Now add developer collapses, creating more ghost homes. Roberts Co.'s Victorian arm collapsed. March 2025. 8 major projects abandoned. Construction sites frozen. Half-finished buildings sitting empty. Not counted in vacancy statistics because never completed, but functionally ghost homes. Skeletons. Visual reminders of housing crisis. Buyers who paid deposits watching sites deteriorate. No completion date. No refunds yet. Just waiting. The buyer, who lost $85,000 deposit. James and Michelle are early 40s. 2 teenage kids, been renting in Craigieburn for 8 years, saved $85,000 for deposit. Signed off-the-plan contract with Roberts Co. in 2023 for townhouse, $680,000. Part of larger residential development. Excited. Finally, homeowners. Kids could have stability, build equity, stop renting. Paid $85,000 deposit, 12.5%. Standard for off-the-plan purchases. Construction scheduled to complete December 2024. Then delays started. Supply chain issues. Labor shortages. Roberts Co. pushed completion to March 2025. James and Michelle understood. Industry-wide problems. Waited patiently. February 2025. James drove past construction site. Work stopped. Nobody there. Called Roberts Co. phone disconnected. Email bounced. Checked company website. Down. Panic set in. Googled Roberts Co. news articles. Voluntary administration. March 2025 collapse. McGrath-Nicol appointed administrators. James contacted administrators. Project abandoned. Company losses $60 million. Craigieburn Amazon warehouse alone lost $56.1 million. Residential townhouse development included in abandoned projects. Administrators assessing creditors. Subcontractors owed millions. Buyers like James unsecured creditors. Deposits likely unrecoverable. James and Michelle's $85,000 gone. 8 years saving. Wiped out. Still renting. Can't afford another deposit. Property prices risen since 2023. Would need $90,000 plus now. Can't save that again. Dream of homeownership destroyed. And townhouse site half finished. Fenced off. Vandalized. Ghost development. Nobody maintaining. Slowly deteriorating. Visual reminder of their lost deposit and shattered dreams. 5 reasons ghost homes are multiplying. Reason 1. Investment properties held for capital gains. Wealthy buyers purchase properties with no intention to occupy or rent. Pure speculation. Buy in hot markets. Hold 5 to 10 years. Sell for profit. Leaving occupied reduces returns due to wear and tear. Vacant properties appreciate faster psychologically. Buyers prefer untouched homes. Reason 2. Foreign investment parking money. Overseas buyers purchasing Australian property as wealth storage. Safer than home country. Political stability. Strong property rights. Capital flight from China particularly significant pre-2018. Properties bought. Never occupied. Owners never visit. Just hold. Money parked safely offshore. Reason 3. Luxury mansions as trophy assets. Ultra wealthy buying multiple properties. Toorak mansions. Portsea beach houses. Status symbols. Bought for prestige, not utility. Owners have primary residences elsewhere. Secondary properties sit vacant most of year. Too valuable to rent to randoms. Might damage property. Better to leave empty. Reason 4. Developer collapses creating abandoned sites. Roberts Co. folded March 2025. J and CG Constructions collapsed May 2025 under $12.9 million defect claims. ProBuild collapsed February 2022. PBS Building entered administration March 2022. Projects July 2022. Each collapse leaves half-finished sites. Ghost developments. Buyers lost deposits. Projects unlikely to restart. Buildings deteriorate unfinished. Reason 5. Weak enforcement of vacancy taxes. Victoria's vacancy tax has loopholes. Limited postcode coverage. Easy to dodge through minimal occupation evidence. Penalties insufficient to change behavior. Wealthy owners absorb costs. Still cheaper than renting property out and dealing with tenants, maintenance, potential damage. Tax designed to look good politically, not actually force vacancies down. What Allan should do. Expand vacancy tax statewide. Current tax only covers inner and middle suburbs. Apply to all residential properties. No exceptions. Vacant more than 6 months. Pay 2% of capital improved value annually. Escalates to 4% year 2, 6% year 3. Make it painful enough that owners forced to occupy, rent, or sell. Close tax loopholes. Require genuine evidence of occupation. Utility bills showing meaningful usage, not token minimum. Periodic inspections for properties claiming occupied. If can't prove genuine occupancy, pay vacancy tax. No exceptions for foreign owners. No exemptions for luxury properties. Seize abandoned developments. When developers collapse leaving half-finished projects, state government should acquire sites. Complete construction using public funds. Sell completed units to original buyers at cost plus completion expenses. Buyers recover deposits. Get completed homes. Doesn't solve private developer risk, but protects buyers from total losses. Mandate deposit insurance for off-the-plan sales. Require developers to insure buyer deposits. When developer collapses, insurance pays deposits back. Cost passed to developers through higher insurance premiums. Makes only viable developers survive. Protects buyers. Release public land for social housing. Rather than selling to private developers, use vacant public land for direct government construction. Build social housing. Takes pressure off private market. Provides affordable options for low-income renters. Force sale of long-term vacant properties. If property vacant 3 consecutive years, government issues compulsory acquisition notice. Owner has 90 days to occupy, rent, or sell. If doesn't comply, government acquires at market value minus vacancy tax arrears. Resells to buyers who'll actually use it. Where this ghost town ends. Best case, expanded vacancy tax forces owners to rent properties. Supply increases by 50,000 to 100,000 units nationally. Vacancy rates normalize. Rents moderate. Some ghost mansions get renovated and occupied. Developer collapses slow as construction costs stabilize. New projects cautiously proceed. Buyers slowly regain confidence. Worst case, ghost homes continue multiplying. More developers collapse under high interest rates and construction costs. 2026 to 2027 sees another 10 to 15 major collapses. Thousands more half-finished sites abandoned. Buyers lose hundreds of millions in deposits. Meanwhile, wealthy continue buying investment properties. Leave them vacant. Vacancy tax easily avoided. By 2028, 1,500,000 homes vacant. Housing crisis. Catastrophic, despite million empty homes. Realistic scenario, vacancy problem persists, minor improvements from tax enforcement. Maybe 20,000 to 30,000 properties come to market. Helps slightly. But underlying issue, treating housing as investment rather than shelter, unchanged. Developer collapses continue sporadically. 5 to 10 major failures. 2026 to 2027. Each leaving ghost developments. Buyers like James and Michelle lose deposits. Industry consolidates. Only largest, best capitalized developers survive. Risk transferred entirely to buyers. James and Michelle still renting in Craigieburn. Drive past abandoned townhouse site daily. Reminder of lost $85,000 and destroyed dream. Kids now in late teens will leave home soon. James and Michelle's window for family home closed. They'll rent forever. While Toorak mansions sit empty and their almost completed townhouse deteriorates behind chain link fence. The panic Allan won't admit. Over 1,089,165 Australian homes recorded as unoccupied in 2016 census. Figure rose 150,000 from 2011. Trend continuing. Likely 1,300,000 plus vacant now. Victoria has highest concentration. Toorak mansions crumbling abandoned. Investment properties never occupied. Foreign buyers parking money. Luxury trophy assets. Meanwhile, 100,000 Australians homeless. 30,000 Victorians experiencing homelessness nightly. Families in cars. Emergency accommodation overwhelmed. And million-plus homes sitting empty. Victoria introduced vacancy tax 2018. Targets inner suburbs, but has loopholes. Limited coverage. Weak enforcement. Vacancy rates haven't declined. Critics write, it's toothless. Roberts Co. collapsed March 2025. 8 projects abandoned, including Australia's largest Amazon warehouse. $60 million losses. James and Michelle lost $85,000 deposit on Craigieburn townhouse. Site now ghost development. Half finished. Deteriorating. Visual reminder of lost dreams. Victoria missed housing target by 20,000 homes. Promised 80,000 annually. Delivered 60,000. Developer collapses, choking supply by 20%. While million-plus homes sit vacant, this is how Premier Jacinta Allan's housing crisis became ghost home epidemic. When 1,089,165 homes sit vacant and 100,000 Australians sleep rough, system has failed. When wealthy hold properties empty for capital gains while families desperate for housing, priorities backwards. When developers collapse, leaving half-finished ghost sites and buyers lose $85,000 deposits, buyers bear all risk. And when vacancy taxes have loopholes and weak enforcement, policies designed to look good politically, not solve problems. More homes will sit vacant, more developers will collapse, more ghost developments will multiply. Hit subscribe to see how many empty homes Victoria reaches.